Hey guys, welcome to a very special episode of the Pack You Run podcast. We had one of our best friends, Andy Esborn, on the episode. He built a little bit of a playlist, did a whole thing with us. We got a full episode for you ahead. We just wanted to do a little bit of an intro and say, hey, what's up?
Yeah,
we're very excited about what just happened.
yeah, we had a lot of fun. This is straight afterwards, but yeah, we had a lot of fun tonight, and hopefully you enjoy listening to it.
Hell yeah. Dan, before we get into the meat and potatoes, was there anything that you wanted to cover Patriots-wise? Was there anything that you wanted to cover real quick before we get into all this?
Nothing particularly. There wasn't a lot of news to get into. Except for the fact that San Francisco trading up to the number 3 pick, and there's been some grumblings about Jimmy Garoppolo. But I think we can get into that next week.
For sure. I think it's going to be if I had to put money on it, I'm still talking Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm a little bit on the fence. I think I take back my previous statement. It's probably going to be Cam Newton, but it could be. There's too much drama around the whole thing. I want to see what happens next. And by the time we put this episode out on Thursday, I'm sure that there's going to be more news to cover, and we'll cover that on next Tuesday when we talk. But yeah.
Yeah.
If you've got nothing else to add.
Without further ado, here is our nice talk with Andy.
Welcome back to the Pack You Run podcast. I am your host, Dan Mayotte.
And I am AJ Lagambina.
We have a special guest today.
I'm just making noises back here. I'm Andy Esborn. What's good?
This is our guy. This is our friend.
Boy.
So excited to have him on.
I'm glad to be here. This is rad. I've been listening to your guys' show past few weeks, month and a half. I'm not really a podcast guy, so hard for me to get into them, but I was sitting up in my office at work and just needed to get through some paperwork, put you guys on, and I was just dying laughing the whole time. So
Just the sheer dumbassery of the two of us.
yeah, it's just nice to, hear other people talk about things other than my parents for the last year.
Yeah, it's been rough, I think.
Yeah.
It's either you're sitting alone with your parents, or you're like me and you've been just sitting alone in general in the house for a year.
Yeah, well, I've been lucky. I work retail, so I've been able to quote unquote socialize for the past year. But I work with a 65-year-old guy who tells the same story once a week.
Of course.
So, yeah, but it's all good.
You gotta love it.
Yeah.
So we're here with Andy. We're hanging out. We're having a good time. This has been a little bit of a long time in the making. Our friend, we reached out to him about doing the show, and we came up with a little bit of a premise. So usually the first thing we do is talk about what we're drinking, and then we kind of head right into the meat and potatoes of everything. So let's I'm already talking, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take the dive in. I have officially become trash, gentlemen. I'm drinking White Claws.
Hell
Drinking Ruby Grape. I'm drinking
it's not mango,
Ruby
though?
Grapefruit.
There are
No,
worse things you could drink, though.
I love me some Ruby Grapefruit, and I'm not mad about it. And I think I've had the mango before, but yeah, Ruby Grapefruit, White Claw, it ain't bad.
You got to get the Arctic Summers, my guy, by Polar Springs. Those are the best
True.
ones.
Actually, fun fact, and as much as it's a douchey ass thing to do, I get the Coors seltzers because legitimately somebody has to save the rivers, okay? Somebody has to save the rivers, and it's got to be me. It's got to be me, okay?
Is that the new
I'm
thing?
okay with that.
Is that the new thing instead of Twisted Tea?
No, not at all.
No.
There's a new
Andy,
thing. It's rum. I've been hard on the rum.
oh no.
But I was trying to get you guys a nice bottle pop because I don't have a bottle opener up here, so I've been opening them with a pen, and it's going to be a really nice sound. But
You open your bottles with a pen?
well, I'm at my dad's desk, dude. Like I don't know. There's
Oh,
nothing
okay.
up here.
Fair enough.
I just can't do it anymore. I did it earlier, but I guess I'm done after 2. Anyway, I'll go since I'm talking now.
There we go.
I'm drinking Kona Big Wave. It's
Ooh.
it's a nice light, like a golden ale.
There you go.
Yeah, it's nice. I love them. They're like a year-round beer for me.
I feel like I've had it before. I can't remember. It had to be in Connecticut.
Their golden, the Kona Longboard is really popular. It's at a lot of like pubs and bars as like
Back
a
up in
crafty option.
back up on the Cape.
It's at
Gotta
Flynn's
get up there.
actually. You might have had it there. know.
You might be on the money there.
I don't
How
know
did
if you've been to Flynn's, but it's good shit. What?
Had it once. Remember I got like a 6-pack of it I got like a 4-pack of it because it was like on the cheaper side and I didn't want to get trashed that night. So I was like, oh, okay, $10 for
Fair.
4 of these. Like that's not bad.
Fair enough.
Because like there's nothing worse than like, I mean, I love those like local brews, but sometimes like $15 for 4 beers is like a little out of the price range.
Well, check this out.
If-
So I've been drinking these for a while, and I went to California 2 years ago, 2019, and we were at a local, just like actually we might have been in like Whole Foods or something. We walk in and we're like, yeah, what's the local beers? Like what's made locally? And this guy points to Kona. I'm like, bro, I'm pretty sure that's like Hawaii, and I don't even know if it's brewed. I think it's probably brewed in like Milwaukee, but
Yeah.
like that's not local.
Speaking of local beer, you know what local beer I did, at least from Cape Cod, I saw at my Trader Joe's the other day. It was Devil's Purse up in Boston.
Yeah, true. Devil's Purse is all over the place because they're distributed by the guys who do Sam Adams, I believe.
We've got that. That reminds me, we do actually have an expert for this section of the podcast for the first time ever. We do have somebody who professionally worked. Hey man, you worked there.
I did work at a brewery. It was rad.
That's professionalism.
It was honestly like if I didn't have college loans, I probably would have stayed there for a long ass time. I just wasn't making enough money to like pay my loans and like achieve other things in life that I've been wanting to achieve. So like I left, but it was a fucking rad job. Am I allowed to swear? I don't know. Are you gonna?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
We're filthy. We're filthy here.
I don't know. Yeah, it was rad. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about my job, which shall remain nameless. Yeah, if it weren't for the fact that I had student loans constantly breathing down my neck, car issues, everything else, trying to make it in a city that is definitively not my own, I would definitely not be working for the company that I'm working for. But I'm grateful for the opportunity to get paid a living wage, I guess.
Yeah,
That's fair.
for sure.
What I'm drinking tonight is Jack Abbey's Post Shift.
Oh, word.
Pilsner. It's good. It's from around here. Kind of fruity in some notes, but it's good. It's a good Pilsner. A fine Pilsner.
Fine Pilsner.
A fine Pilsner.
My favorite thing that you've ever said, Dan.
Not quite Miller Lite, but hey.
So, I guess,
Get the meat and potatoes.
and I guess we'll let the listeners in a little bit on how the sausage is made. Whenever we have a guest on, we have to do it through different means instead of FaceTiming on one device, recording on another. We're on a Zoom call, so we're going to try and keep it a little bit snappy here and make sure that we're taking care of everything that we need to take care of. So why don't we jump right into what the plan is tonight? We talked to Andy. We talked to him about maybe making a little bit of a playlist and then doing a track by track thing like we do with some albums. And yeah, Andy, I think it was, did I come up with this idea or am I taking credit for an idea that's not mine?
No, you came up with the idea of me making a playlist and whatever, and then I said basically like, what do you want the playlist to be? Like, should there be a theme? And so you hit me with the idea of doing a playlist half and half the songs are split of songs that remind me of you and songs that remind me of Dan.
Cool.
So I kind of like that. I threw out some more generic ideas at you, but I like this for sure. And not hopefully this goes over well, but I would love to come on again and do another theme because it was fun to sit down and like make a playlist for a theme. I did that last summer. I got really into just making a playlist for the beach, and it's not necessarily songs that you would normally hear at the beach. There are definitely a lot of those, but it's just chill songs that like I just want to hear play in the background while I'm just chilling and having a good time, you know?
For sure.
So I got really into that. I spent like, 3-4 weeks straight just like every night working on it, and so it was fun to have a different theme.
And I'll take the lead here real quick and just plug Andy has an Instagram account called Dingo's Playback, which is just kind of like, I guess, songs from your life, songs that like evoke something in you, I guess.
Yeah, so the reason I started it is because, like Spotify does those like year in review things in like December. I had looked at mine like everyone does and shared it, and I just was not as I'm always surprised every year like how much new music is on it and how my tried and true songs aren't at the top, or my tried and true bands aren't my most listened to bands, and it's always like something new every year. And I realized it's because I didn't get Spotify until my senior year of college or junior year of college. So everything I listened to from high school, from 7th grade when I got my first iPod, and even before that when I had a CD player, a Walkman, all the way through junior year of college, which is like a 10-year span, or maybe about, because I took 2 years off too.
Yeah, right around there.
Whatever.
A long bit.
Like none of that music was like accounted for in Spotify. So this is why I'm kind of doing it. It's just like a way to like find old music that I used to listen to, but also just like think about music more because I miss doing music things.
Hell yeah. Well, I'll be your plug for that one. Anybody that's listening, go follow Dingo's Playback on Instagram. I think we plugged it on the Pack Your on Instagram before, and
Yeah.
for sure we'll do it again. But that's always a nice little thing to pop up in my timeline, because I'm even getting sick. I've been sick of social media for a couple of years now. I don't know. I'm really only on there for self-promotion lately, but every once in a while there's a couple of accounts across, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything that make me feel like maybe it's worthwhile. And that's one of them, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that worthwhile, but like it's definitely I don't know, something different than what's happening normally.
Oh yeah.
What would you say is, I had one question. What would you say is one band that's in your Spotify rewind that's doesn't represent like what's on that list? Like what would you say is like one band that wouldn't pop up?
What do you mean, like a band that I've listened to for forever and just doesn't pop up on Spotify, or a band that pops up on Spotify that, okay.
I mean, either.
Honestly, I'm always surprised at how little Blink-182 pops up, and I know I don't listen to them nearly as much as I used to, but there was a point in time where I pretty much strictly listened to Blink-182. I mean, I have every single one of their CDs. I had a car with like a multi-CD changer thing, so like there was points where like those would just all be loaded with Blink-182 because that's all I wanted to listen to. So like I guess I'm not surprised, but I am always like wishing I listened to more still. And then I don't know, every year the top band that I listen to is always just like, wow, I got into that band this year. So this year was Cake. Apparently Cake was my most listened to artist, which is fine. I mean, they're great, and I loved listening to them all summer. So
I think 2 years ago I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, because I think that was the first full year that I had spent in Nashville. I was shocked at how much of the 1975 showed up. It was like metalcore, pop punk, metalcore, alternative, grunge peppered in there, but every other song was like, I really listened to the 1975 that much. How did this happen?
Yeah, I think like 10 Cake songs were in my top 100,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't, I mean, that's 10%, so that's a pretty good amount,
Yeah.
considering how many freaking bands there are.
Mine this year was 9 Jeff Rosenstock songs from his latest album and a Billy Joel song.
Hey, yo, listen, Billy Joel's great. You gotta give him it. It's
You can't take it away. You can't take it away from Billy Joel.
It was like Uptown Girls. That was like the 10th song.
I recently added
Strictly
Billy
the
Joel
hits.
to my. I recently added Billy Joel to my my karaoke like collective, if you will, of songs that I will sing
Repertoire.
at karaoke. Yeah. There you go.
Oh man, Dan would have Billy Joel up there.
I mean, what's there
You're an
not?
older soul at heart than you admit to.
Just got to move to Long Island now.
I mean, I am a Long Island. I am an Islanders fan, so I'm halfway
I don't want to
there.
talk about it.
and a huge Brooklyn Nets fan, but hey, I worked for them.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Good God. So yeah, without much further ado,
Do we break
Let's
into this
hop-
playlist?
let's hop into the playlist.
Um,
Well, I guess
So-
that kind of begs the question. Did you split it half and half, or did you go back and forth between the two of us?
they're not in any particular order.
Okay, cool.
There are equal amounts songs. There's 12 songs. You each have an equal amount of songs that are like specifically for you.
Let's guess which one goes to who.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Dan,
For sure.
can you allow me to share my screen so that you guys can see Spotify or no?
Yeah.
yeah, give me one sec.
Mr. Zoom host.
I know this is like I wasn't sure like how formal or informal this was going to be, and
It's
I wasn't
never
sure.
formal with us.
Yeah, I figured. I wasn't
Sure.
sure if like I don't know.
I call it the more jacked ass version of Pat McAfee show.
Fair.
Once you start getting sponsors like Pat McAfee, I'll love it.
We'll have to cut you in.
Yeah, so Bill Belichick got a call the other day from San Francisco of Jimmy Garoppolo. Maybe they're going to trade for him. You think Bill is going to trade for him up there in New England? Jimmy's going to take the reins over Cam Newton. That's my best Pat McAfee impersonation.
My favorite Pat McAfee moment is have you guys heard the Troy Polamalu story?
Yes.
It's incredible. He just like Polamalu in the C gap, Polamalu.
I like the
We are kicking the ball.
All right, are you able to share your screen?
Yes.
Let's see. Can I make that? We're going to get there.
Beautiful.
Oh, there we go.
Look at that go. Oh, look at me.
All right.
There we go. The Packy Run playlist.
All right, so should I even try to play these? Because I don't know if you guys will be able to hear them.
We could probably I can probably cut in some clips as we go.
All
I
right.
think Anchor allows us to do that, so it'll be
Can you hear that at all?
not really.
All right.
Zoom
I'm
might
just
not let
gonna-
us play.
That's okay. I'll just let's just do the like this, and we'll go through one by one. So the first song that I chose is "Sound System" by Op Ivy.
That's clearly
Sound system.
That's a pick for me.
Absolutely for Dan.
Yeah.
Absolutely a Dan Mayotte pick. That song
Without a
is it's always a sleeper for me. It's one of like Op Ivy. I'm not really like into. I don't like listen to a ton, but like through the years, different people have always told me to listen to them. So like they pop up from time to time in playlists or recommended or whatever. And I just have I don't know why. I just remember Dan like losing his mind when one of the bands played Sound System at one of the Mike shows somewhere along the way in college.
True. I remember
Yeah,
that.
Op Ivy is one of those interesting bands where they've always been related to everything I listened to, but they just never broke through for me.
Yeah, they're good. They're
Go ahead. Sorry.
They're like that. They're always like listed in like bands that are credited with X, Y, and Z. I feel like especially for me because ska. Like I feel like they're always related back to ska and punk and all that. Like I don't know. I feel like they're always around.
I feel like they're always credited in like liner notes and stuff too, which is an art that I really kind of miss. Even as like somebody who collects vinyl and stuff like that, I miss being able to like open up the little booklet in a CD and being like, who are these bands thinking as like their influences and stuff.
Right.
True. Yeah, I mean, a lot of like the big punk bands and everything that we like grew up with, pop punk or whatever, they're always crediting these like wicked old school punk bands and like bands that you would never necessarily connect with them, but like I'm sure Op Ivy's on all of them.
For me,
like a ridiculous amount.
For me, I mean, Op Ivy is one of the most influential punk bands, in my opinion. I mean, you wouldn't have gotten Rancid. You wouldn't have gotten Tim Armstrong, who's one of 90s and 2000 punks, like, most important musicians. It's actually crazy. Tim Armstrong is actually related to Billy Joel Armstrong and actually was going to be in Green Day. He was like so close to being in Green Day. But I forget like what the story was about that.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, that's rad.
I've never seen that, but Dan's told me that story a couple of times, and Dan's a reputable source for punk lore.
Yeah, I love like band lore. I get really into that. That's actually like, again, that's like one of the reasons I kind of got into doing this whole like Dingo playback thing, is that like I get really into like learning about bands. This summer I would like pick a band, and then for a week I would just listen to their music and their albums, and like straight through from the first album to the like, you know, until I couldn't stand it anymore.
Yeah.
And I would just like at night when I'd be laying in bed, I'd like read about the band and like yo, like check this out. I don't want to get off too far off topic, but did you know that the Blues Traveler, the two guys, John Popper and the guitarist, founded the Spin Doctors as well, the same like year? And then
wait, what?
Bro, like the Spin Doctors is founded by John Popper. Go back and listen to Spin Doctors and just think about how incredible it would sound with a ripping John Popper harmonica solo over top of it. It'll blow your mind.
Wait, what's the big Spin Doctors song? The Two Princes or something?
Yeah.
That's Blues Traveler?
Yeah, dude. I mean, not really, but yeah.
I mean, it's not, but it is.
Like Blues Traveler blew up a little bit before them. Like, so they just were like, yeah, we got to do Blues Traveler full time, and then like let the band find replacements or whatever. Kind of nuts.
Ridiculous.
Right?
That's absolutely ridiculous.
That's crazy. So
anyways,
with Op Ivy, for me, when I grew up going to basement church shows, a lot of my friends' bands would play Op Ivy, and that was one of them. It was Op Ivy covers, Minor Threat covers. There was Choking Victim. That was a huge one. 500 Channels. That's a really cool like ska punk song from back in like the 90s. Part of that Crack Rock Steady.
Dan is the most punk.
I mean,
Dan is constantly more punk than I am.
Oh, definitively. He's more punk than either of us combined, Andy.
Well, we grew up in the South Shore. So.
Yeah, Dan had that whole North Shore. I don't know what a nice way to describe it is. He got like the brunt of the punk stuff, and I think you and I were definitely more of the like pop punk and that kind of deal.
Dan grew up around Lowell. We grew up near Cape Cod.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some tougher areas, Lowell and Haverhill and Lawrence and like that, those kind of areas.
I played hardcore covers in a church basement, like at the local like high school event. We were like invited to come play because we were the band in town, you know, like.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, let's go to song number 2 was Hallelujah by Paramore.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm going to call it right off the top. I'm going to say that this one was for me.
Yeah, how would you guess?
Hell yeah. This is one of oh man, I love this song. But go off, Andy.
Yeah, no, this is one of those Paramore songs I always forget about. I don't know. I'm not a Paramore fan. Like I've never like really like listened to them. I've never seen them in concert. But I only like know their like 2 or 3 newer songs that are popular, and then Misery Business. So I always forget about Hallelujah, and it's a great song, man.
I love when they play it live. Yeah, screen sharing's up. Whenever Paramore plays it live, or most of the time when they play it live, they do an intro that's the Jeff Buckley version of Hallelujah, which I'm a sucker for in any format. Yeah, dude, this whole album is just like, they did such a good job of doing like really great like pop songwriting, but also like keeping enough of that, like it's a band, it's these 4 people, you know, big guitars and everything else. I mean, it definitely sounds like 2007, and we've covered Paramore before, but yeah, I mean, Great song.
So I posted Misery Business, I don't know, a few months ago or something. And it's like one of those weird, like stuck in my head memories, like watching the music video for the first time. And I don't know why I never got into Paramore. I think I was kind of getting out of my pop punk phase kind of for the time. I kind of went in and out of it. I was like listening to Fall Out Boy and everything when they were popular in like when I was in like 7th and 8th grade. And then when I was in high school, I lost them for a while and then like got back in and I'm like late high school. But like
Yeah.
Paramore, like even like so like they kind of like I don't know, I feel like they fell off the face of the planet for a little while. I don't know if that's true as from a fan's point of view, but then they like started releasing this more poppier sound and like radio hits and stuff like that. What's that one that's got like the xylophones or something? It's got that really catchy xylophone beat
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
melody.
It's Hard Times, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. That one always gets me. That comes on the radio and I just like that slaps, dude.
I know.
Good.
They've
like,
always been.
I don't know.
Oh, go ahead.
It's just super poppy to me, but like it's not punk whatsoever, like they maybe once were. But it's good.
They've always done that like really great like pop songwriting thing. Like pretty much everything that band has ever put out is super catchy. But I feel you. Like it's the Paramore now versus Paramore then is basically two separate bands. But
Well, it is, isn't it? I mean, like didn't they lose half the band? So
they lost half the band. They got a member back. Like there's been a whole thing with that. But I love that this song is the first thing that comes up where I can be like, oh yeah, this is me. Hallelujah. that song slaps.
What I appreciate about Paramore is the fact that like Halo Williams could have just gone solo and like Avril Lavigne and been fine, but she was like, I want to be in a band. This is my band. Like I'm keeping with this. I'm not going to be like Avril Lavigne, which I think is smart and loyal. I like that. I appreciate that.
yeah, I think it also kind of shows, not shows, but like there's not enough bands that are popular that have a female lead as opposed to just female artists who have a backing band or a supporting band that may or may not always be with her. But like Paramore, who else could you name that? Like, I mean, Joan Jett, you know, like who else? There I feel like there's like a once a generation band like that, but not like an all the time. Like not, you don't hear them on the radio all the time. It's always like so and so and her band, even Joan Jett, you know. But
yeah, like Joan Jett and Heartbreakers.
Sure.
Yeah, it was but you know, then it's just her now.
But it was like Joan Jett and the Heartbreakers as opposed to like, yeah, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head right there where it's just like it's Paramore. It's always going to be a band.
Yeah. I don't know.
I love that shit.
Anyway, all right, so the next song is Everlong by the Foo Fighters.
That's a Dan Mayotte song.
It's definitely a Dan Mayotte song. Do you know why it's a Dan Mayotte song? I bet you do.
Because we covered that. We did.
Oh, yeah, we did.
We did that one. We did Everlong and did it right into With Arms Wide Open by Creed.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
When did this happen?
At the cover
was this
show.
Mandels?
It was your guys' freshman year.
This is the first Mandels show that was a disaster that we don't.
Oh yeah, it was.
Never talked about.
We honestly really didn't ever talk about it. But
it was
the cover show. It was the cover show, right? So we had to play all covers, and I think we were all only really played together like maybe 4 times. I feel like
probably.
So I remember this is like the story of Dan Mayotte, how Dan Mayotte and I met. I had just met our friend Justin in one of my music classes. Commented on, he was wearing some ska band's t-shirt, and I commented on it. He was like, "Yo, you said you're a drummer, right? Like, would you be interested in drumming in a band?" So like I went and like met with them and like sat in on like one of their rehearsals, and then I remember them talking about like, "Oh yeah, is like Dan gonna come to practice next time? Like, you think he's gonna play for us?" And so I showed up the next time, and this kid Dan walks in, who for the first like month or 2 of school, I just kept seeing him walking around campus, and I kept thinking it was my brother. And all of a sudden this kid walks into the room and like into my life, and I think that brotherly bond was just like randomly a thing for like no reason, but like yeah, I always just thought he was my brother from across campus.
I didn't know that Mandels had played Everlong.
Arms Wide Open by Creed.
Yeah,
that is some folklore there.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
And for those
Oh,
listeners
man.
at home, Mandels was Andy and I's, well, Andy, our friend Justin, Joe, and Allie's band. And it was like an emo outfit. And it was fun. We played some shows, had some fun.
And apparently played Creed.
Yeah, for the memes. It's all for the
For the
memes.
memes.
It's all for the memes.
I honestly I never really felt like I was like a contributing member of that band, to be honest, but like I always felt like, I had fun and stuff like that, but like I feel like I was so much removed from like the rest of you guys, because maybe, I don't know, maybe other people felt this way too, but like I didn't really listen to any of the music or anything that we were like going off of, or if there was an influence.
Right. I mean, I was into the influences, but I would agree I wasn't like contributing member.
Yeah.
I to be blunt, I'm not that good of a bass player.
Hey man, it's all good.
Yeah, exactly. It's all good. I had fun.
You guys,
It matters.
Fundamentally, I'm not that good of a drummer. I just like to have fun, and people see me having fun, and I think have fun because of it.
Right.
and you guys for sure pulled it off. I mean, I remember. I mean, I wasn't that involved in the earlier stages of Mandels, but I do remember those later stages, and like you guys were better than I think anybody in that band gave yourselves credit for.
Yo, we got a message on Facebook a few weeks ago, and it was definitely like some scammer or something. And I saw that. I don't know, maybe it wasn't, but
I saw it too.
I saw it and I was like, damn, this is a thing. Like, I completely forgot about this. And I went to the Bandcamp page. I think it's still there. And I think I listened to the songs, like some of them. It was wild.
Mandelct.bandcamp.com if you want to listen.
Give it a listen.
Yeah, give it a listen.
Doesn't sound anything like Everlong or With Arms Wide Open.
Which is
For
either
sure.
a good or a bad thing, depending what you're into.
It could go either way.
All right, we got Teenagers.
All right, so the next song
is
Teenagers by My Chemical Romance. This is another easy one. There's a lot of like real layups here.
I'm gonna, that one's pretty easy. Our cover band, Blumpkin Pie, me and Andy were in a cover band for a while. This was one of the songs. Did we play this anywhere other than our final show?
Only the final show. That was the set list we put together of all new songs with what's his name on drums? God,
With Dylan.
Dylan on drums. Yo, let me tell you, the Blumpkin Pie for me was like a passion project. I swear to God, because although like I really missed Mike Salerno in the band, he and I really fed off each other really well, and even Justin. But once Mike left, I kind of like just took the lead and sculpted that into my baby. It was
definitely did.
It was like me, and I think at times I probably didn't let other people do things they wanted to, because I was like, no, we're playing this song and not that song. But I had a fucking great time, and that was my passion project. And there was probably a lot of people on campus who hated seeing us play like every single show, but I think a lot of people liked seeing us play.
We were there though, and especially I feel like the last couple of shows, because I think when I was in the band, we only played like 4 or 5 maybe, but I remember all of that so fondly. And I remember playing Teenagers. I think we had Mike Salerno come up and just rip the solo for this one, because we were like, oh, it's this like blues scale basically, just play within
True.
here.
And he could rip that. He always ripped those types of solos well.
Mike Magic Fingers Salerno.
Nobody's ever
Yes.
called him that until now.
I think I called him that. I might have coined that term, because he came in for like one practice when we were gearing up to the final shows.
True.
And he just started playing, and it was like, oh, okay, this guy's way better than me.
It's honestly something I never realized I would miss that much, is playing in a cover band. Playing in a band like that. We literally only ever played to have fun. I think as soon as it stopped being fun, we would have all stopped.
I was just happy to get the invite. I think that was the tail end of my sophomore year.
Yeah,
was when you guys reached out to me.
Yeah, it was probably like, hey, like if we keep doing this next year, do you want to play with us?
Yeah,
something like that. That was a me call right there too. That was a fully me decision. I handpicked you, man, and I said, guys, we're taking AJ.
I appreciate it, because I had so much fun.
Yeah,
the shows were legendary.
I don't know. They were definitely a lot of fun.
Definitely.
All right, the next song is Downfall of Us All by A Day to Remember.
Oh yeah, yep. I'm calling it. I'm calling this one, Dan. This one's all me.
Yeah, that one's you. That one's definitely AJ.
I apologize I apologize to anybody that came to the last Blumpkin Pie show and is still coughing up cement from their lungs from me jumping around during this song.
I'm still hungover from that night.
Oh my god. There is some photo out there, and I tried to find it. I tried to find it to make it the cover of the playlist. But there's a photo somewhere where Dan is just zombie Dan. He does not know where he is when that photo was taken.
Probably. I mean,
There there's a photo of me flipping Dan off, and Dan is like leaning back almost to the point of falling over and flipping me off with both hands as we're all like there were way more people in that basement than should have been accepted in the city of New Haven.
There were more people that showed up for that thing than I ever thought would.
Oh, I know, especially considering the fact that it wasn't like an established like punk house around campus or around New Haven.
Yeah.
Like the Powder Room, that was the first time that they had ever had a show down there.
Probably in the last,
And
too.
that's probably the first and the last. And
I tried to reach out to people in the area that we knew, but like I think again on that same like I don't know if people really liked us because we kind of took a lot of attention away from like other cool things that were happening. But
Yeah.
I think that's why we didn't ever get really invited to any of the other venues, people's basements that were established.
yeah.
But again, that comes back to the whole me sculpting this thing. We found a friend who happened to be her birthday, and so I was like, let us throw a show in your basement. She was like, yeah, I've always wanted to have a show. And I basically we didn't really take any money home that night. I think we split it.
No.
I think we split what came into the door 50-50. And then I gave the rest of the money that like we gave 50% of the money to the girl whose birthday it was. And then the other money I just split between the other bands that played.
I think most of the money probably went to subsidize the like 6 or 7 Zapardi's pies that we brought with us.
Oh yeah, true. And like I just bought like I had to buy like I bought so many lights for that show, and I completely forgot to bring all of them home with me. I bought like nice lights to like light up that basement, and just don't have any of them. Oh well.
It is
All
what
right.
it is.
Following a day to remember, we didn't even talk about the band, but whatever. We're reminiscing too hard right now. Bedtime by the Moms, which is kind of like a niche pick, I guess. Probably if this playlist like surfaces anywhere, like probably I don't know how big they are as a band, but they're not that big.
This is a pick from me, and some background on that. Our first show officially as Mandels was with the Moms, as well as the Dustbusters.
That was an incredible show.
That was a fun show. That was a fun weekend.
Yeah, we played 2 shows right away.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
But
The Dustbusters, man. I don't know what their downfall was, but something happened that split the band up, and it's really unfortunate because I thought if anyone had a fighting chance out of that school, it was them.
we are the floats. But do either of you remember? Well, Andy definitely wouldn't. Dan, our first show
Yeah,
that we ever went to together was opened by the Moms.
I do remember that.
The show that you
So
guys went to the night before moving into college?
No. Before this, so there was a show that Dan and I went to. It was a Lost for Words, Wind in Sails, Paris, and the Moms. There might have been one other band. I had to
Probably.
leave the show before a Lost for Words, who were the headliner. I think it was at the Weymouth Knights of Columbus. I had to leave the show early because my grandfather had a heart attack, which is why I will always remember that show. But the Moms were playing at that show. Dan and I saw the Moms before that. And I don't think I went to the show that you guys played with the Moms. That was at Crunch House, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go to that show, but that was the first show that Dan and I ever went together.
Yeah,
They were great. I really liked their sound. I heard rumors and different things about them, and I don't know if they're true or not, so I'm not gonna spread them. But like they definitely had a tight sound, and like I listened to them a lot. I don't know, like towards the end of college and whatever. I mean, maybe
that's
like
funny.
4 or 5 songs, but like I don't know. I feel like they had a sound that could sell.
yeah. It
Oh,
reminded
definitely. Especially
me kind of like pop
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, my brother listens to Pup, and yeah, I definitely tried to get him onto them. But all right, moving right along. The next song is "The State of Massachusetts" by Dropkick Murphys.
This is a toss-up.
this could be any of the three of us. This could be both.
If I had to guess, I would guess AJ.
AJ was onto something.
But
This is
also-
for
I have-
both of you.
I have shamelessly driven around the city of Nashville with my windows down, playing this way too loud.
This is a
Get a
this is
ticket
a
in
song I
Boston
picked
for
for
that.
both of you guys. I picked it for all three of us because I just love the fact that we're all from Massachusetts and we met in Connecticut.
Have you seen that? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Have you seen that meme that's been going around on Facebook that's like Megachusetts, and it says Massachusetts that's extended through the whole United States?
I haven't seen it, but I love it already.
I'll have to share that with you guys.
I actually was talking to somebody, one of my coworkers today, about how I like consciously made the decision to move home after college because somebody was complaining, customer or somebody. For those of you who don't know, I manage a hardware store, and a customer was complaining about like the cost of rent or something on Cape Cod, and I was literally like, yeah, that's why I like. They were complaining about the cost of like vacation rentals, and I was like, yeah, man, like that's why I moved back here because like I was about to live in New Haven, Connecticut, which is like just known to be kind of a shithole. And I was giving up like the opportunity to live somewhere where people spend thousands of dollars for 1 week to spend there. And I'm like, I grew up here and I could be here all the time because like I'm allowed to move home. And so here I am, you know, I love it here and I don't regret moving home. I love Massachusetts. I think there's a lot of really good things here. And that's why I chose this song.
While we're on that kind of tangent too, that is a little bit of a point of jealousy for me when it comes to you, Andy. I was so bet and bound that I was going to get out of New England, and it didn't happen for college, so I made it happen for post-college life. And almost 3 years into being down here in Nashville, I really do kind of miss the whole kind of shebang when it comes to Massachusetts. The culture of the people, the just variety of the weather, the places, the things that you like.
So I
This
actually
is
almost
it.
put a different Dropkick Murphy song on here. I almost put Tessie on here instead of the state of Massachusetts. And
Hell yeah.
I think I ended up putting it on my Instagram. But I think the reason, like one of the reasons I love this song or love Massachusetts or whatever is because everyone here just seems like blue collar compared to like you go to New York and everything's like white collar, like prim and proper. Like I happened to go to a Yankees game and a Red Sox game in the same year within like a month of each other. At one at Yankee Stadium, one at Fenway. And I had way more fun at the one at Fenway because people were drunk and putting their arms around each other and singing together and just happy to be there and just brothers. It felt like real, like true, like you were just with your brothers. Whereas in like Yankee Stadium, like people get pissed off if you spill your beer or something.
Yeah, I think that kind of speaks to a Boston kind of attitude. There's something
Like
there's
you spill
something
your
about
beer
that
on somebody
state.
in Boston, and they might turn around and flip you off, and tell you to go fuck off. But
Yeah.
you spill your beer on them, and then after 2 seconds of them being pissed off, you guys are singing together, singing friggin' Sweet Caroline, and putting your arms around each other. You know.
Yeah, there's something to be said for that Boston mentality.
As someone who's lived in both New York and Boston, completely different cities, and I get really annoyed when people try and compare the two because they're you can't compare them. They're two
They're not the
complete-
same.
They're not the same they're not comparable at all. I'll say this, like if you get lost in New York, they'll just not respond to you or they'll just ignore you. There's a lot of cases of just people just not giving a fuck. And living in New York, I just became numb of a lot of things. Bostonians are caring people. I mean, like if my girlfriend Justine, she was telling me a story about how like somebody didn't know how to go somewhere on the bus and everyone was giving that person directions. And Justine was shocked by that because in New York that would never happen. It's kind of like, okay, well, you're on your own. It's on you. Boston, it's
Figure
like,
it out, bro.
yeah, exactly. Like Boston's like, oh, okay, yeah, you want to take this train or like this subway to this subway, and it's gonna get you where you want to be.
Hell yeah.
I love
There's honestly like I forget who I was talking to, but like there's that whole side of Cape Cod as well that's like almost like people who belong in Boston but are just like living their lives on Cape because that's where they are, or maybe they're stuck there or whatever. And everyone thinks like Cape Cod, like everyone's extremely rich, but like a lot of the people that I deal with on a day-to-day basis, since I run a hardware store, they're plumbers and electricians and painters, and these are guys that are scraping by, and they still have that same attitude as like like you were just saying, like they don't necessarily think, I don't know, like they're there to help, they're, you know, whatever, even though they could
Well,
easily go.
I tell people all the time down here south of the Mason-Dixon line, right?
Yeah.
Because I've had more than a couple of conversations with people that have been like, man, you really need to warm up. You really need to, you know, be more outgoing or whatever. It's like, no, I don't. Not until somebody gives me a reason. And I think that's a very uniquely Boston thing, is like, if you're in need, or if you're a good dude, or if you're, you know, if I get the vibe that you're, you know, a person that's worth investing some time in, I'll move mountains for you, buddy.
Yeah.
But until we've reached that threshold, sorry, mom and dad, fuck the hell off. Like that's where New York is always the ladder. I feel like, even being from up north and stuff like that, like New York's a hard place and it's a lonely place sometimes. Like Boston's going to give you a little bit of leeway. Like, okay, I can see you're in need. You're an okay person, you're whatever. If you get to that point, that's great, and I will go and do everything for you. But until we've reached that threshold, that's where the coldness is. And I feel like that's pretty true of most of New England.
Right, and I mean,
Yeah.
there's a difference between the north and the southern states. I mean, there is that southern
Oh,
hospitality.
fake news.
I mean, it's just difference of like living and growing up and how
Yeah.
people treat one another.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about Massachusetts. I feel like we might have beaten that one to death.
Greatest states in the union.
All right, greatest state in the union. That is actually true. How many times have you seen like a list that's like the best state to live in, or, you know, best whatever, best state to move to, or, you know, whatever? It's Massachusetts. It's always Massachusetts.
Always.
Quality of life. That's what I was looking for. Best quality of life.
True.
Massachusetts. You heard it here. All right. So the next song is
Here
"Swing
first.
Life Away." "Swing Life Away" by Rise Against.
Ooh.
Now this was on a whim. I wasn't sure if the person I chose this for is a fan, but I feel like they should be / are, and if they are, I feel like they go hard to this band.
I have a feeling it's me.
It's actually AJ.
I was gonna say, this feels like maybe a me choice.
I don't know. Are you a fan of Rise Against?
As a blanket statement,
Sure.
as a blanket statement, really no. I feel like
Okay.
there's a lot of their stuff that misses me, but the stuff that hits hard, and that's why my gut feeling was, yeah, this is an AJ song.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there is stuff that they do, and I feel like it's all mainly because of their lead singer. I feel like he has a similar persona to you, especially stage presence, but also just like sound and like feeling.
That's kind of awesome, because that's one of those sleeper bands for me. Like when they do things that I hear and I like, I love it. Swing Life Away, Survive is like their biggest song for me. I think you did kind of hit the nail on the head with stage presence kind of stuff. I've watched a lot of their live stuff, and I think, Rise Against is, I wouldn't name them in my top 10 favorite bands, but when they do something and I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not like a huge fan of them, but like there's definitely songs that I get like way into.
Well, and I think we've talked about it on the podcast before. My go-to thing is obviously punk leaning bands, but I love the punk leaning bands that have that Bruce Springsteen blue collar storytelling kind of thing. And this song is actually a perfect example of that, I think. Like like you could easily dismiss it as folksy. You could easily dismiss it as, you know, the punk band that's signed. I think they're signed to Geffen. They were produced by Tom or Chris Lord-Alge. Like obviously a massive alternative rock band, you could call them. But this song does strike a chord with me. That's pretty awesome.
So Dan, I don't know. I guess I'm curious. Are you a fan, or why do you think it was you?
Something about it just made me think it was me. But when I think of Rise Against, I'm not a huge fan. I think of, so remember back in the day when you would get the PSP bundle, it would come with a movie and like a game in it. So when my brother got the PSP, it came with the great movie Lords of Dogtown, which if you haven't,
Hell yeah, I got that same one, dude. I got that same bundle.
If you haven't seen that movie, I would recommend it
It's
if you're
incredible.
really into skateboarding. It's just it's awesome movie about the history of skateboarding in Southern California in like the 70s. Based on like an actual real group, and it's really cool. But the band that remember the scene in the movie where Jay starts to get into a fight and there's like Black Flag playing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Rise Against. And they they played Black Flag in the movie, and they were playing that song. So I just
Were
think
they
that
the band? Like the band was playing live, and like, is that the scene? I forget. I haven't seen it in a while.
yeah, they were
remember
playing they were playing live, and they played as like the band.
And it's just
like,
Rise Against is acting as Black Flag. That's awesome.
yeah. So like, I
Yo,
think
I
of
love
that.
little things like that.
That's cool.
They were playing
Yo,
like,
like
No
I love. There's like actually bringing it back to skateboarding. Anytime you see like skateboarding in a movie that's like good, just wait till you see who the stunt double is, because it's somebody that you know. Like it's a well-known skateboarder. Tony Hawk was a stunt double for Will Ferrell in Daddy's Home.
What?
And Mike McGill, who's a lesser known name, was Mark Wahlberg's. Mike McGill is the guy who invented the McTwist. He was Mark Wahlberg's stunt double. And then if you don't know the movie Secret Life of Walter Mitty, which is a phenomenal movie if you haven't seen it.
Sleeper movie for sure.
It's got such a good aesthetic, and it's like just as a film, it's beautifully shot as a film. But anyway, Rodney Mullen, who is like well known as like the best just like flat ground skater of all time. He invented like the flat ground ollie and like kick flips and like everything basically. He was a stunt double for Ben Stiller, and the story goes that he showed up on set and basically was like, they were like, yeah, do a kickflip, and he did a kickflip, and he was like, is that all you wanted? Like, I can do more. So they like wrote in a backstory for Ben Stiller's character to be like wiki good at skateboarding.
That's
like,
crazy.
Have you seen the videos of like, and we're veering a little bit off topic, but like,
Go for it.
Have you ever seen the videos of Tony Hawk driving around town and asking kids to do a kickflip, and he just gives them free shit?
Yeah. That's a thing. It used to be another.
Love those.
It used to be another skateboarder who was less famous, and then basically he just like handed it off to Tony Hawk. He was like, you would probably be better at this. Like, not handed it off, but maybe Tony was like, yo, I want to do a kickflip thing. So yeah,
not bad.
Anyway, that's way away from Rise Against, but the next song is definitely obvious who it's for. Surf Wax America by Weezer.
That's a
Ooh.
song for me.
Definitely a Dan Mayotte song.
Okay. I thought
Dan
for a
and
second it could have been me, but
Dan and I have talked about Weezer, and I think specifically the Blue Album many times because it slaps.
It does slap.
The Blue Album is their first album, and somehow I think it's their best one.
I don't think that's that hot of a take. Weezer's had their hits. Weezer's had their good songs. Weezer's had, especially Rivers Cuomo. He's all over. Like, if you look up his writing credits, he's insane.
Bro, did you know he's like a Harvard graduate?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
They like wrote this album or maybe one more too. They might have written 2 albums or something. Then they took a break so he could go to Harvard.
I thought the story was because Pinkerton bombed so bad, they took a hiatus.
Oh, maybe. Whatever. And then he went to Harvard during that time.
But then Pinkerton is now considered a classic by everyone.
It's like one of the albums that everyone's always talking about.
Right. Can you guess what
I don't know.
song from this album is actually my favorite?
Ooh. In the Garage.
Yes.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it is. Like,
it's such an obscure song for the album. I feel like it really doesn't fit compared to the rest of the album, but it's actually like kind of catchy.
It's nostalgic for me because one of my favorite things to do, either in high school, middle school, even up to like college, being at my parents' house, like I would just, maybe not in my garage, but I would sit in my basement and play video games and just listen to vinyl all night. That was like my evening. And it just reminds me of like those times of just doing that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's about playing like D&D or something like that, right?
What's up?
It's about like playing D&D or something, like, and he talks about like just doing random shit and hanging out in the garage.
Yeah, like him and his Kiss poster and like, I don't know, just talking about them.
Hell yeah.
I just think that's fun.
Definitely.
And I just think it's something that a lot of musicians, like kids who grow up like playing music, can like relate to. Just sitting in their garage and just doing nothing, listening to records, playing video games or something like that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
My main reason for choosing Surf Wax America, and I didn't necessarily think specifically about a song for you on this one, but I knew because it was coming from the Blue album, but like that was my connection. Surf Wax America has just been like, I don't know, been one of those songs that I always enjoy, but never go to first because it's a classic. Like it's like all the other classics that they have. But I don't know, more and more lately, I feel like I want to just like give up everything and just like, I don't know, the living in a van down by the river thing / like, I mean, there's so many people our age that are just moving into vans nowadays. It's kind of wild to like think about. A girl from my town just did it. I might like, honestly, I've been thinking about not necessarily that, but like just giving up the life that like everyone has like paved for our generation and just doing it different.
It's been a big
Maybe
thing for me.
buying a piece of land and like growing my own food and doing my own thing, you know?
I would love to be in a position to do that. What were you saying, Dan?
Yeah, just being sufficient.
Yeah, just like build a house out of like reused materials and stuff like that, you know?
Definitely.
The problem is damn Massachusetts and their building codes.
You're not wrong.
Massachusetts, more like Massachusetts.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
You damn liberals. That's what I imagine just like the very conservative people who grew up in my town sounding like. That's
what they say about the centrists, but that's way far off base. Eventually the Packy Run will get political, but we're gonna move right on past that to the next song.
That's probably a smart move.
All right, cut cute without the E, cut from the team.
Wow, I wonder who this one's for. I'm gonna take the lead.
Yeah, I feel bad because like half the songs I picked for AJ were just songs that we played together in Blumpkin Pie.
I'm not mad about it. I love these songs. Dan and I covered this album. It was a while ago. We covered Tell All Your Friends. This was, when it comes to the cover band, this was definitely one of our more hyped up songs, even though I think the one video recording I could find of us playing it, I completely and totally fucked up the lyrics.
Yeah, that's all good. We all did our fair share of fucking up lyrics or parts.
But yeah, no, I mean, there's Taking Back Sundays, and they're an interesting thing because they've tried to move away from the like quote unquote emo thing. But this song is just really real. It's so well constructed between the like trade-off vocals and everything else. I love this song. There's a reason it's a hit. I mean, outside of Blumpkin Pie, is there a reason why you picked it?
Not necessarily. I mean, so this is actually one of the songs that I didn't really know when it got picked for Blumpkin Pie. I think it was a Justin or Mike ad. I learned it and whatever, but it's a great song. It's one of those songs that when we played it live, I just got so much energy from playing it. But also,
For sure.
Fun fact, my first ever concert was Taking Back Sunday with Weezer and Blink-182.
That's a gig.
I did not know that. That's a hot gig.
And I didn't know a single song from Taking Back Sunday at the time.
That's like the equivalent of like the tour that was supposed to go around last year of like Weezer, Green Day, and Fall Out Boy. Remember when that was supposed to happen?
Yeah. Oh. Weezer was like stole the show that night for me. I felt like their stage presence was incredible. It was my first concert. I was 16 or something like that. I had been a huge Blink fan for a few years. Convinced my parents to let me go to a concert. Blah blah blah. And Weezer was like my favorite part of the night, and that's probably why I'm like more into Weezer now than I am Blink, because I started to gain an appreciation for them.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
That was a big one. All across the board. I mean, playing it with Blumpkin Pie, anytime I play it for anybody else, anytime I sing that song, that's just Cute Without the E is the hit from that record for sure.
Yeah, it's like I said, like playing it live, it was like got me so energetic. Like you could put that smack in the middle of the set and I'd be ready to play another 20 songs.
Yep, for sure.
I guess in that case, put it at the end of the set and let me play another 20 songs. But yeah. Could have used that in when we played in Oneonta. You should have been there, man. That was a great show. It was our second ever gig
man.
with Pumpkin Pie.
Yeah.
Played at a frat house, bunch of drunk dudes in the middle of a blizzard. There was about an inch of
Was
water on the floor.
was that the show you played on a beer keg?
Yeah, I sat on a beer keg because the drummer, the drum set was not mine. It was borrowed from a kid who lived in the house, and his drum stool was busted as hell. And I'm a big dude, so no chance in hell I was sitting on his busted ass drum stool. So they just picked up a keg, carried a keg up from the basement. They're like, "Here, sit on this." It was very uncomfortable, but I made it through.
I don't
I
know
do-
that story. I didn't know that story.
That show was like, as much as I would hate to like say that I played a frat show, I love telling that story about that show.
I
was
hope that lives on.
It was like one of those like random ass shows that like you did what? Like we played our 20 song set list. There was nobody else playing that show. It was just us because it was like their end of the week party or something like that, or their like pledge week or something. We played 20 songs. At the end of the 20 songs, the party had like literally just kicked off, and they're like, "Can you keep playing?" And when we used to set up our set lists where we would pick all the songs that we had to drop tune and put them together, and then put all the other songs together so that we didn't have to tune a bunch during shows. So we just played the first 10 songs again, like at the end of our set.
That's
so
hilarious.
we played like 24 songs and then like another 10. I think we played like 35 or 34 songs or something like that. It was crazy, but it was a good show. Anyway, moving on to again the first ever show with Mandels. I Saw Water by Tiger's Jaw.
That's a bop.
It's a bop for sure.
Oof.
I've said this about Tiger's Jaw before, but their best album was their first album to a lesser degree than like Weezer.
Yeah, I don't know literally anything else by them unless we covered it. But this is one of those bands that like for some reason I know their music, obviously because we covered it, but like somebody will put it on. Like especially when I would like go visit my brother at college. He had a few friends who were into like this scene, and like they would play it at a party or something, and I'd be like, "What? Like what? I never thought I'd hear this song again."
That's funny.
It just catches me off guard because it's not like a genre that I was ever like associated with other than Vandals.
I also wouldn't say it's party music. Like it's not.
Nah, it wasn't like partying, but like just hanging out, getting ready to go to a party. Like somebody's playing music, or we're just chilling. You know, like like pre-party or after going somewhere or whatever. You know, like somebody puts on music and we're just chilling.
That's fair.
If you haven't checked out their latest album, Andy, you definitely should. I feel like maybe Dan has already, but I'm not sure he has.
I haven't yet at this very moment, because I got poor problems right now.
This band is like, for a band that was like, they were kind of on the hype train with like the wave and the emo revival and all the grunge stuff that was going on with Run for Cover Records and stuff. They had a lot of hype behind them, and I don't think they necessarily capitalized on that. But for the lane of, two guitars, bass, drums, vocals, keyboards, for the lane of rock music that these guys play in, they're top of the game. Like nobody's gonna be playing Tiger's Jaw on top 40 radio ever, I don't think. But what they do, they are masters of.
That's fair.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess that brings us to the last song, which I'm sure if you guys are looking at your screens right now, you can already see what it is.
It's
Locked
a little
in a
too
Cage.
tiny. Oh my god.
Locked in a Cage by Brick and Mortar.
It's the meme of all memes.
It's
This
the
is
ultimate
the best.
meme.
This is the best meme. How many times did they play this goddamn chorus when we were sound checking them for Mike?
I actually
Yeah.
recently decided that I think they intentionally chose this song for their sound check song, and I think it's only because they know somebody somewhere along the way, or like that told them, or one of the guys realized, hey, this song is catchy AF. If you just play the chorus over and over and over again. So every time we go play a show, let's use this as our warm-ups or as our sound check so that everybody has to listen to it 100 times, and that'll be stuck in their head, and then they're going to go on Spotify and they're going to add it to their songs. They're going to add it to a playlist. They're going to listen to it. In 5 years they're going to send it to somebody because it's a meme. I think they were geniuses.
To give
So
context,
the year. Oh,
I
go
want
for
to
it,
give
Dan.
context for the listeners at home. So Music Industry Club, that was a club that we were all a part of at the University of New Haven, where we put on shows. We did a lot of cool music industry things. And our spring concert we had this band called Brick and Mortar play. They're from New Jersey. Weren't they from New Jersey?
Think so.
Like that.
So they're from New Jersey.
Pennsylvania, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. And part of Mike and the whole experience of Music Industry Club was we helped book the show, we marketed the show, we did sound check, we did all the stuff. We ran it.
It was us. There was not a single adult that helped us do it. Well, adults. We were all in college, so technically we're all adults. But nobody who like had experience in the industry, nobody who was experienced in running a show in the industry was helping us. We were all doing this together as a collective to put on shows because we were all genuinely into putting on shows.
Correct. So they played their song, and it's called Locked in a Cage. And the chorus goes, locked in a cage for a really long time. Locked in a cage.
Time.
Locked in a cage for a long time. And then there's some whoa-oh-oh-ohs in there.
Whoa-oh-oh-oh. Locked in a cage for a really long time. Locked in a cage for a long time.
So
Whoa. Sorry.
We were all standing around just waiting for the show to begin, watching sound check go. Like, we were all participating in the club, and they just kept playing it over and over and over again. And finally, like, we caught on to it, what they were
like
doing.
None of us realized it was happening. We were all so busy doing other things because, like, I don't think any of us were doing live sound. I think it was John and his crew. I don't know, remember you guys were doing. I think I was the president at the time, so I was trying to get so many other things sorted out. I think one of you guys was just like my right hand man that show. And then like I think I specifically remember talking to like Kenzie and Jordan and Carol and like trying to get things sorted out. And like all of a sudden we all just like turned and looked and we're like, what the hell have they been playing for the last 3 hours?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and it like eventually, like they went on, played their set, and they played that song, and we were all like bobbing along, screaming along to like the chorus.
Yeah, because we all
And
finally like got it.
It
And it became a meme.
It became
For
a meme, and to this day, I still send that song to Kenzie and Jordan and Carol and anyone that's in a group message, some random group message that I have. So, from time to time, they will have to listen to "Locked in a Cage" for a long time.
Anytime I look at any kind of cage, it's over.
I haven't listened to that song in a long time. And time. Maybe I should. Maybe I should like give it a listen to again.
Oh, it still holds up. It's
For
exactly
sure.
it's exactly what you remember.
For sure.
Andy, on a weekly basis, how many times do you listen to this song?
Not that often, but I do bring it up at least once a year.
On a monthly basis, I'm right there. I'm looking at something and I go, locked in a cage.
Yo, you know what the weirdest thing is? A girl that I know from town who's like trying to start social media following was asking for like song recommendations for like videos she was making, and somebody recommended "Locked in a Cage" by Brick and Mortar, and I lost my mind.
It wasn't you. It was someone else who did
It
that.
wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best thing ever.
I texted her immediately. I was like, you can't use that song. It will be stuck in your head for the rest of your life.
Like use like a popular TikTok song. Use like what is it? Like I can't even think of any of the popular TikTok songs right now.
Shameless plug. Speaking of TikTok, I made a TikTok yesterday.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I made a couple videos.
What's the username?
It's so I'm debating on the name. I already changed it once, so I have to wait 30 days. But currently, it's Daddy Hardware.
All right.
I might change it to Papa Hardware.
I'm okay with that too.
You've been watching too many Joshua Wiseman.
Papa no likey.
Papa no likey.
Yes, true, Joshua Weissman. But a girl that I'm friends with, because I work at the hardware store, she used to call me, for a little while, she called me Papa Hardware, because I knew like all the answers, and I was kind of okay with it. And then I was like, let's just make it Daddy Hardware, huh?
Oh man, that's funny.
But it's like me fertilizing the lawn. Like I just made like a super dad-esque video of me like fertilizing the lawn with like AC/DC in the background. So
I love how on brand you always are, Andy.
Does
I
she
got the New
want to be like
Balances in it
grilling?
too. Yeah, absolutely. That's basically what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just cater to like dads, like dad humor.
You're gonna be
What
like
you got to do?
the Massachusetts version of You Betcha.
Jesus.
Yeah, I will, and then like going to the beach and stuff too, because Cape Cod things.
True.
But
Beach life.
hell yeah. Anyway, that's my playlist.
That Cape Cod man.
We got off track so many times talking about this playlist, and I hope that I didn't take up too much time of you guys.
Oh, you are perfect, my guy. This
You are
is
good.
the exact kind of chaos we love to have on the Packy Run.
I think I almost drank a full 6-pack. So
There you go. I'm closing in on these White Claws. I got a couple left, but we're getting there.
I've only had 2 because
Because he's a responsible adult.
well, you know what it is. I got my shot today, and
oh yeah,
Oh no.
yeah. So I'm
Yeah,
trying to take
what
it a little
flavor?
easy.
What flavor?
Uh, fuck. What's the one that starts with M?
Moderna.
Moderna. Yeah.
Let me tell you, brother, you're in for a world of hurt tomorrow. I got Moderna, and the next day, the first shot, I was in so much pain. I was like, my body, not pain, but my body was like so achy, and I was so tired. Plan for a nap tomorrow if you can.
Hopefully it's not as bad as actually having the damn thing though, because I was out for the count
Oh yeah,
when I
after a
got
day, I'm
diagnosed.
fine. I got my second shot on Saturday, so supposedly the second one's way worse. But
There
thankfully,
you go.
my store is closed on Easter, so I will be sleeping all day long.
As much as we joke about it here on the Packy Run, we are vaccine positive. So get that second shot, Dan.
Yeah, you want to get upgraded every now and then.
I mean, I am scheduled. I am scheduled.
Good.
There we go. Oh yeah,
Alright.
my brothers.
Well, this was like wicked cool. I mean, just making the playlist was fun. I don't know if anyone's gonna find any enjoyment out of listening to this, but me ramble about random ass songs. I would love to
listen.
make another playlist for you.
Oh, we'll definitely have you back on. And listen, based on some of the feedback we've gotten about the podcast, they love it when Dan and I talk about music and not pontificate about the Patriots in a way that we are not professionally able to. So
Yeah. I loved your guys' take on pop punk, the discussion a few weeks ago. I don't want to get on too much of a tangent right now, but I've always called stuff like modern baseball and like that era and like things beyond that. I've always called it post pop punk because I never felt like it was truly the same style of music as Blink-182, Good Charlotte, Sum 41, Green Day. It didn't have
yeah.
that same vibe. Like when pop punk started becoming about like pizza and baseball teams, I feel like everyone was wearing baseball tees and like
I feel
I
like
don't
this
know.
is the perfect time to start hyping up the absolute madness that's going to happen when Dan starts talking about transit this year.
Yes, post pop punk. Transit is post pop punk.
Agreed.
Love it. I love all that stuff, and I love the regular stuff
You're going to be a man on an island, Dan.
as well as I love the new pop punk too.
I love new pop punk as well. The new MGK album actually slaps.
I like that.
Thank you, Travis Barker.
I like Little
Yeah.
Huddy.
There you go.
I haven't listened to it. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Let's get into our recommendations.
Oh man, Dan, do you have something to buy me and Andy some time? Because I got nothing right now.
Is this an album recommendation or a band
It's an
recommendation?
anything. It's an anything recommendation. Whatever you want to recommend to the people that are listening, you go for it.
Hell yeah.
I did laundry detergent last week, and Dan
I
has
have the
been
perfect
roasting
topic.
it.
I'll start. I have the perfect topic.
Here we go.
Going off on my lawn care TikTok that I just made. This is a hot take because I definitely shouldn't say this to customers at the store because it's like how we make money. Don't buy the Scott's 4-step program or any 4-step program for fertilizer. They are taking your money. It is a waste of time. Go and ask the people that work at your local Ace Hardware store. Don't go to Home Depot. They don't know what they're talking about. and ask them truly what they recommend using on the lawn, or just do some research on YouTube. There are such better products out there. I, for the first time last summer, did not use generic fill in the blank fertilizer 4-step program, and my lawn looked incredible. And I couldn't recommend it enough. And when I have a customer in my store who comes in and is like, what do I need to make my lawn look perfect? I'm like, you want your lawn to look good, or do you want it to be easy? And if they say they want their lawn to look good, then I tell them what they need to do, because it involves doing like multiple applications of different things a week. It's all organic, most of it, stuff that's been around for 50, 100 years, fertilizers that our grandfathers were using.
True.
Yeah. Anyway.
There you go. Dan, do you have something?
Mine is a food recommendation.
Go for it.
When I was going to take my vaccine today, I walked past a Vietnamese restaurant that specialized in banh mi. So if you've ever had banh mi's are fantastic. It's basically roasted pork, pickled veggies, and cilantro on like a French baguette. Fantastic. This place is Saigon Fusion, and it was probably the best banh mi I've ever had in my life.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to get it when I get my second shot. So that's my recommendation.
Dan, what part of Boston?
It was in South Boston. It was right on Mass Ave. So
my brother lives in Brighton, so once I'm vaccinated, I might go visit him.
I live in Brighton.
Hell yeah. Probably live right around the corner from my brother.
Oh, I probably do. He probably comes in my place of business all the time.
Oh, true. I don't know if he shops at that one, though.
That's fair.
They're on a budget.
That makes sense. I understand.
I'm gonna stick on brand with some guitar and gear recommendations. If anybody hasn't seen, Fender has started a new line of guitars called Acoustasonic.
Ooh, I saw the ad for that. They look nice.
They're like hybrid acoustic electric guitars. They've done a couple of different models, one for the Stratocaster, one for the Telecaster, and the most recent one is one for the Jazzmaster.
Oh no, I saw the Jazzmaster one. Yeah.
Unreal. I played the Stratocaster because it was one of the first ones that they came out with. They are they're very much acoustic guitars and stuff, but some of the wiring and stuff, the electronics that go into those guitars, the blend abilities between the acoustic and the electric pickups and stuff like that. Like, I'm having a very hard time not dropping my entire savings account on one of these guitars.
Well, it's like they seem like I feel like it's always been weird to mic up or to put a pickup in an acoustic guitar. They never sound right.
Exactly.
They never sound like a good acoustic guitar does. Right. So it definitely I haven't heard any of them, but it definitely is interesting to concept combine the two.
I mean, leave it to Fender to finally do that kind of hybrid thing perfectly, but I've heard some purely like electric guitar riffy kind of stuff come out of these things that sounds way more than passable. But I've also heard direct in electronically with the acoustic guitar, but also mic'd up. I mean, they resonate perfectly. The Acoustasonic line by Fender, I don't have one yet, but I've played a couple of them, and good God, I'm ready to sell the farm.
True.
And I think that brings us to the end of our episode.
We made it.
Thank you, Andy, for coming and hanging out with us and doing the thing.
I'm glad we did this because, not for nothing, but everyone's gonna get to listen to us hang out for the first time in 5 years. So that's cool too.
It's been a long ass time, and Dan and I have played with the idea. We've talked a couple of times. I'm stoked that we got the ability to do the thing, because I think if I can go off on a little bit of a tangent here, I think that is part of the appeal of the Packy Run, is the people that listen to it clearly seem to be fans of me, fans of Dan, fans of the two of us together. They like just hearing two friends talk just talk shit forever.
It's a brand.
To have it definitely is. So to have another part of that brand to join us for a little bit, and to have people experience the three of us just doing what we do, that's the shit, my guy. I love it.
Hell yeah.
This is fun.
Glad to be here.
And
Daniel, anything else to add before there we go.
Make sure to like us on your podcast players. Follow us on both Instagram and Twitter, Packy Run Pod, and rate us and tell us tell your friends about us. Also, listen to Dingo Playback on Instagram. Follow Andy's Instagram, as well as listen to his playlist that he created for this. Thank you, Andy, for creating this. I love going down memory lane and kind of giving context to some people about what we
Honestly,
do,
like
what we're about.
I've been kind of oh sorry. I've been kind of unsure what to do with my Instagram for a little bit. So if you guys want to give me another idea to make a playlist, I'll be happy to, because I had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
All right, kiddos.
See you,
Thanks
boys.
for listening. Say hello to us on social media. Dan gave you all the links. Goodbye.
Take it easy. And we are clear. We have like less than a minute left on this.
Yeah, I know we barely made it, huh?
Yeah, by the skin of our teeth.
I have to
Hell
pee
yeah.
really bad, so I hate to leave like this, but I have to pee so bad.
Nah, go for it.
All right, see you guys.
Andy, thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you, Andy.
very
We
much.
appreciate it.
Love you,
Thank
buddy.
you. See
Talk
ya.
to you later.
Love you.
Bye.
All right, what do you want to do with an? Oh,